Kathleen, can we start with you? What was the
Yes.
few lines from the IoT stand?
Yeah. Firstly, I mean, with the first group, the biggest concern related to IoT was, if I remember correctly, that was the first group. It was the digital divide. That was the second one. Right. The first one was concerned about security, privacy in the IoT world. We didn't manage. When half an hour is not enough to debate on such a, I don't know, huge. It's not big enough. The concept of huge is not big enough to cover the IoT world. So half an hour was not enough to actually.
3 times half an hour.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but with different groups, because there were different concerns. So the second one was concerned about the digital divide and how the IoT will increase or decrease. We managed to conclude that it will increase the gap between, regions, people, education. And the third one, they were concerned about the role of technology in our life. So this is, with the third group, again, we didn't manage to conclude. It was too fast.
Thank you, Kathleen. Anything on challenges in state matter governance, legislative regulation around the SE region? Did you mention anything on SE region specifically?
Not quite.
Okay.
We were stopping only to the IoT world.
No. Okay. Thanks, Kathleen. Sergio, can we?
Hello.
What would
the
be
number one takeaway that I personally had, I'm not sure if Natalia got the same thing, but even though we're on a meeting of highly IT and technically oriented people, the blockchain technology and the knowledge about the technology didn't get as much traction still. We're still talking about very early technology that doesn't resonate with a lot of people. So there's too early to talk about the opportunities of mass public implementation. So that was probably the number one takeaway so far. I was really surprised. I did not expect that.
But please have in mind we have also regulators, students, academia,
yes.
so people who are maybe not so technically inclined also.
So if you think about the general public in most of the countries, then you can imagine that how early it is for them to have an idea of what the blockchain is.
Thanks, Sergio. Vlada?
Yeah,
I know the IIE was like
inspiring discussions, really. One of the set of questions was what sort of new jobs or new services could be offered by AI, like whether the AI could actually in a couple of years discuss these issues instead of us, and the thoughts were different. Some thought that could happen, but many thought that the question is whether that should happen. One of the interesting questions, okay, also can AI serve as a judge? Can it serve as an educator? But one of the good questions is, can the AI be the priest? That's quite an interesting one. Wow. What we understood is that while we see that AI will be able to bring decisions probably even better than we could, it couldn't bring the emotions, it couldn't bring the values, it couldn't be still. So that's something where there is difference. Major policy question would be about the level of involvement of humans in decision making, and probably as a highlight was the way the AI is developing is that we will know that it has gone too far away once the AI starts understanding the Balkan humor. That is, then we are gone. Then we are destroyed. And when it comes to Southeastern Europe, we understood that even though mainly the big companies, mainly US, Chinese, Russian, whatever, will be the ones to build the algorithms and the AI, we as small countries can't impact much. But if we as a region focus on that, introduce or use our brains that we have in the region, push our politicians a little bit to help them in the international politics, we as a region could help European Union in shaping the AI policies. And then the EU, like the GDPR, which was mentioned twice on our discussions, could possibly set trends on the international level about AI and policies.
Thank you, Vlada. Thank you all for your comment. I would like to invite our rapporteurs to send us a question or the statements they had. Let's start. Natalia or Adriana? Come on, please go ahead. Adriana for Internet of Things.
Yeah, I will. Hello once again for the third time. The key messages from the IoT part of the session were development of the IoT may bring risks related to security and privacy, but the development of IoT will not stop. Legislators should act promptly to attempt to catch up. And the second message was action should be taken so that developing IoT doesn't deepen the existing digital divide. Does that sound okay? No reaction?
Quite okay.
Okay.
That's it? Okay.
That's
Thanks.
it?
We have a green one, means that's good. That's okay.
Anyone?
Iona? Yes, please. Join us. Wait, just wait. Watch out. That's what I'm saying. Okay, come. It's okay.
Nothing.
It's just phone, nothing else.
Yeah. All right. So I'm reading on behalf of the AI discussion group. We have 4 key messages. Most times we call AI what is in fact advanced analytics of data, which is not what AI truly is. True AI implies decision making without human intervention. A key issue when it comes to AI is that the reactions, attitude, risk, decisions of AI depend massively on who writes the programs, what principles and choices they instill in the machines. Biases can already be embedded, choices can be predetermined, and humans can still interfere to modify the code. AI brings many benefits, but humans are likely not fully replaceable by AI. There are things that AI cannot achieve: values, ethics, empathy, emotions, achieved by themselves. There are some professions that are harder to replace, like teachers and negotiators. And the last one, we should already start regulating AI because the technology is already available. If we wait, it may become too late. This came out from one of the 3 working groups. Does this sound like reasonable?
Yes, I would say so. Thank you, Iona. Thanks. Natalia, please.
So, blockchain technology at first is generally connected with cryptocurrencies. Even though it has a lot of other use cases. Blockchain is a real driver for economy, as you said, because some companies have grown to be so big because we trust them to have their own currency. The blockchain is the key to privacy protection and cybersecurity risk management. So blockchain-based solution have the potential to make government's operation improve the delivery of public services and cross trust to the public sector. And blockchain helps to confirm and preserve the right of authorship and copyright. Blockchain can give us the opportunity to do something without state control. We are talking about unlegal products, production, and ethica, but this is not advice, only a remark.
Thanks, indeed. Thanks, Natalia. Thank you. As we heard, there is already regulation solutions for blockchain and IE, not so on IoT. So already there and can be interested. But with this, I would like again to thank our resource person, Vlada, Kathleen, Sergio, and thank you all for being with us. This session is now closed. Thank you.